We are going to start with our first problem. And it says, which expression is equivalent to 4x to the second power minus 2x minus 6x to the second power plus 5 plus 2x plus 3. So the first thing that we want to notice is that every single one of my answers are in the simplified form. So the only thing that I need to do then is simplify my expression. And we are going to start by rewriting basically everything. But when we get here to this negative sign, we're going to get rid of this parentheses. So remember, this negative sign multiplies every sign inside. So we're going to say -2 times negative times positive. That's going to give me a negative 2x. And then we continue with negative times a negative, positive 6x squared. We still have the plus 5. And then we have again parentheses, so we're going to do positive times a positive equals a positive 2x. Then we have a positive times a positive one more time. That would be a positive 3. After we are here, the only thing that we need to do is start looking for like terms. So for example, my 4x squares with my 6x squares. That's going to give me a total of 10x squared. Then my x's with my x's, which in this case is going to be -2x plus 2x. That will cancel each other. So turn into a 0, so there's no need for me to write it, or just for the fun of it. Then at last, we have our numbers with our numbers, which in this case, that will be positive 5 and 3 plus 8. So as I mentioned before, this one doesn't really count. So our answer is 10x squared plus 8, giving us for answer B. In the next example or problem, we have which expression is equivalent to -5w to the second power minus 2/3 of 3w minus 2 plus 5w to the second power. And again, look at every single one of your answers. They are all in the simplified form. So we need to start by simplifying. So we're going to do -5w squared. But when we get right here to this -2/3, this is going to be distribute. So this -2/3 is going to multiply each one of the ones inside. So my first multiplication would be negative times a positive negative. 2/3 times 3 is going to give me 2w. Then I do my second multiplication. Negative times a negative positive. 2/3 times 2 is going to give me 4/3. And then at last, my plus 5w squared. After this, we have to start again, like terms. So w squared and w squared together, they're going to cancel each other. So we can say 0w squared. Then we are going to have the w's, which there's only one, so it's going to stay the same, -2w. And then at last, we have our number, which in this case is a fraction, so it's going to be plus 4/3. After looking at all this, I know that this doesn't count, so my answer is -2w plus 4/3, which tells us that our answer is C. In our third problem, we have basically the same idea. So the only thing here is that we are going to have to distribute this 3 to start with. So 3 times n, 3n. 3 times 3 plus 9. And then I'm going to have to distribute that -2 with the n and with the 3. So -2 times n, -2n. And negative 2 times 3, negative 6. Now we're going to do our like terms, ends with ends. 3n minus 2n gives me n. And then we're going to do our numbers. Positive 9 minus 6, that would be plus 3, which tells us that our answer is going to be C.